Today I'm going to teach you how to scout out a map for Yellow Zone open world mob farming. It doesn't have to be Yellow Zone, but it is more efficient in Yellow Zones because once you have this mapped out completely, you can then start dungeon diving for double fame chests, or not chests, but double fame fountains or quadruple silver fountains. Okay? And the way you're going to do this is you're going to open your map and then hold the Alt key and push print screen, or however it is that you save a screenshot on your phone. Then you're going to open MS Paint or whatever kind of editing program that you prefer, paste it in, and then what you're going to do is whenever you find a mob camp with 4 to 5 pullable mobs that you can clump together, you're going to circle it. Okay? And they kind of look like this sometimes. They have little campfires, they got little random food bags and whatnot, but what you got to do is right around the zone until you find them all. And the way that I'm going to do it is I'm going to start here at the top kind of right corner, and I'm going to just look at everything kind of connected from this like little uprising here to there. So I'm going to go ahead and scout that out. So I can see here's 2 mobs. That's not really that's not worth mapping, and that's fine. And yes, you can't scout out the entire zone all at once because other players are killing the mobs. They won't be respawned. But look here. This is a 4 mob camp. Now it's a 5 mob camp. So I have 5 mobs here. I'm going to go ahead and smash them. There we go. We're going to pick up the loots. And you can see that's very efficient to farm, right? And now I'm going to open my map, and I'm just kind of looking here. It's right here. And this is what we're looking at on my actual computer. Let me show you. So I'm going to go ahead and open MS Paint now. Hold on. There's MS Paint, and I'm going to get my little red paintbrush, and I'm going to circle... Hold on, let me check my game. It is right there, okay. And then we're going to go right here, and we're going to circle, like, this little area. I believe let me just double check. Nope, that's wrong. It's a little bit down to the right. Okay, so it's, like, right in here. And then I'm going to write the number 5. So that means 5 pullable mobs. And then I'm going to minimize that. And then we're going to continue along, and I'm going to... just continuously do that until I have pretty much the entire zone for today mapped out. That is an uncommon wisp, so you can check that to see if it's a tier 7 zone, but however, that will unfaction flag you. Now, the next step after you map out the entire zone for open world mobs is you will start doing solo dungeons with a very high mobility speed clear build. So here we go. This is like at least 5 right here, so this is another one we can map out. You want to map out as many of these in the zone as possible. There we go, just go ahead and kill them real quick. And then once you have them mapped out, you can start timing them. So we're here at the kind of the topish right corner. I'm going to go ahead and open my map once again, and I'm going to draw the same thing. I'm not showing it on the screen because I already showed it once. So there is another 5 mob camp. And once you have an entire little map dotted with these, you're basically good to go. You don't have to do 5 or 4. You can do 3 if you want. You can map out every single one if you want, but that's not efficient, okay? Because the way I want to do it is whenever I kill a 5 mob camp, I want to start going to the next mob camp that has 5, and then just kind of ping-pong between them as they respawn. So, stopping for these single mobs, of course you would do it because you're fame farming normally, but when you have that fame shrine... Like this is worth stopping for me because, you know, these are 2 juicy mobs, right? But in normal circumstances, if you have that 4-time silver shrine and you want to make the most of it, you don't stop. So there we go. We can pull 3 there. So we can get 3. That's not too bad, right? I despawned my mount. I think I despawned my mount. But, you know, like this, I would probably write down. I would, like, circle this and put a 3 there just because, you know, that wasn't too hard of a pull. And it's juicy and it's not bad, right? But it's up to you. It's however you want to catalog it, however you want to categorize it. But once you do that, you carry 2 sets. Because it's a yellow zone, you can carry all the sets you want. You're not going to lose them. You know, it's fine. And you have one that speed clears dungeons, or that just goes through dungeons with a high mobility. Like, you're just looking for the fame shrine or the silver shrine, okay? And they're more common than you think. And once you find one, you can go through the zone and pop every single, like, this is a nice looking camp this guy's at, but because I don't know the total dead mob, it looks like it's a 3 camp. But like I said, once you have this entire zone mapped out for the day, look at that's a 3 pull, now it's a 4 pull. So this is now a 4 pull camp. So I would open my MS Paint and I would, you know, categorize this. That's another one down. And like I said, like say you pop a dungeon in the middle of the map and you get that shrine. Well, you look for the closest big juicy camps, you ride to them, and you will get the most out of those shrines before they disappear. And you may be thinking, but Soul Benji, by the time I finish the dungeon, the shrine will have worn off. And here's the thing. As soon as you get that fame buff shrine, as soon as you get that silver buff shrine, you A out. You leave the dungeon and you go farm the open world. Because you're now being hyper efficient at farming the open world. So let me give a good example of whenever I don't have footage of this, but whenever I do this method, I said do, I can go and farm like 50 to 70 open world mobs before the shrine runs out. And if I have a 4 times multiplier on my silver, that's like I just farmed 280 mobs in that short amount of time. Okay, if I have the double fame, that's 140 mobs. Like, look at this. This is a nice 6 camp. There's 7. There are 7 mobs in this camp. Imagine if they've evolved and gotten to a higher level, right? That would be 28 mobs with a 4 times silver multiplier, technically, right? If it was a double fame, that would be 14 mobs. And if they're evolved, like if you find an evolved one, a boss one, you know, maybe a mini boss one, of course with the shrine, it's super worth it. Like you can kill one boss with a 4 times shrine, get hundreds of thousands of silver in one single kill. That takes you like 2 to 3 cooldowns depending on your gear and your build. So it's super worth doing. And you may be thinking, well, here's another argument that I know you're gonna make, and that is, but if I just didn't farm the solo dungeons, I could farm that many mobs anyway, and that is false. That is absolutely false. You are not gonna farm 270 of these open world mobs in a span of 5 minutes. You're just not. You can't move that fast around the map. Okay. But also, the solo dungeons aren't bad. They help break the monotony up, and if you're waiting on mob respawns and stuff, then yeah, it's totally worth doing. And it's a smarter way to farm open world mobs that I've never told anyone about until now. So yeah, like you would just go into this dungeon, and I didn't bring a dungeon set with me, but I could just use this and just run through it. It's whatever, it's fine, right? You could just bring a double-bladed staff and run through the damn thing. And then you find this mob, like, let's kill this mob real quick, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and kill this mob, and look at that. We got 7k and 1.4k. So 1.4k would be over 7,000 or 8,000 silver, all right? And 1 kill, that's quite a bit. That's like a 4.2 mob you just harvested, right? And that 7k fame is now 14k fame. If you had the satchel going, if you had your auto-respec going, that's even more. See, you want to get these nice little juicy 4-player or 4 mob and up camps. The bigger the camp, the better. And you just beeline it once you have that shrine buff. And there are these little solo dungeons everywhere. Okay? It's it's super efficient, especially if you play during off hours, which I am not playing. I'm kind of playing towards the downtime-ish hours. Not quite off hours, not yet. I need at least maybe 10 more hours in my time to hit the real off hours. But like if this mob camp will spawn, I think that's the one we cleared earlier. But you get the point, okay? Just map out your damn, map out everything you do in a save in any zone. And yes, you have to do this for every new day until you learn the spots and it becomes burnt into your brain, because every time the server restarts, the mobs get kind of jumbled around the map, the spawns get changed up a little bit, not always, but a little bit. And of course you would always stop for these little evolved glowing mobs, of course you would. Like, they're just totally worth grabbing, right? That's a little tier 4 bag on the ground someone didn't get, that's free money right there, why not? Can't say no to that. All my skills are on cooldown. Yeah, anyway. Guys, there's not much more to say about this than just... There's a smarter, more efficient way to do open world mobs. Instead of just riding around for hours, smashing everything you see. Yeah, it's the lazy way to do it, but the real way is you do solo dungeons. As soon as you get a shrine, you A out, and you go hyper farm the open world mobs, and you just get so much more money, so much more silver, so much more fame. You outpace the silver made from Black Zone mobs, okay? See, these regular mobs drop like 600 each, right? We got 3 juicers here that are going to drop me 600 each, okay? And then one that's only going to drop 100, right? So multiply that, that's over 2,000. So if we had the shrine buff, that'd be 10,000 silver, which I know to some people is not a lot. I mean, to me, it's really not a lot either. But that's 10,000 silver, and then I ride maybe a few more steps to the next big juicer camp. That's another 10k. A few more steps to the next big camp. That's another 10, 12k, you know, and so on and so forth. Whereas, if you're just not doing dungeons at all, it's going to take you 4 times longer to reach that. It really is. And those juicer camps, you're going to clear them, and they won't be available, and then they'll just have the baby mobs instead of the big mobs. Let's see, that guy did not clear that camp, so there we go. But yeah, that's the best way to do it, and I'm not saying, you know, you have to do it this way. You can be lazy if you want, but it's unbeatable. It is the most optimal way to farm open world mobs, if you're going to farm open world mobs. Okay, I know there's people out there that farm group dungeons. That's me. I farm the group dungeons as a solo. I farm the static dungeons. That's so much better than this. Of course it is. Yes, absolutely. But for those that don't have that item power level, for those that don't have... Is that a recruiter's horse? For those that don't have... I thought I had skins turned off. Why can't I see his skin? Whatever. No vanity. What? Why is this horse weird? Oh, it's tier 6... Tier 6 horse. I'm not used to seeing tier 6 horses ever. That's, okay, whatever. Whatever, game. But yeah, I just wanted to share this with you. Hopefully it helps somebody out there. I'm Swole Benji. Thanks for watching. As always, be a bro and stay swole. Make sure your faction flagged up while you do this. Make sure that you have journals that you're filling. Look at that. I already filled like 23 journals doing this, man. And yet, when you have the shrine buff, it's not going to increase the rate at which you fill journals. But it's just, you know, it's... You might as well have your journals to fill. Hello. What are you? You are not doing a transport. So, I don't have a transport busting set on anyway. Okay, guys, yeah. Videos every single day on this channel. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss tomorrow's video. And also, I read every comment, so go ahead and leave a comment. It won't hurt you. I may not reply to it, but I will read it. Give me something to read. I like to read your comments, guys. On the right side of the screen is a video that you should absolutely watch right now. Google demands it. It's the best one handpicked just for you. So go ahead and click on that. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss tomorrow's video, and take care. Mwah.